Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wow, day after Christmas. Last week of the year. That's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy to me, last week of the year. Holy crap. So I had some thoughts after yesterday. Hey Jean, how are you? I still have a sleepy face. I've been up for about an hour. Normally by this time I'm up for 2 hours, but day after Christmas, the kids are on winter break. They don't have to get up, so I'm letting myself get a little extra sleep. So good morning, Vicki. How are you? So I wanted to chat with you guys on how to put you first. I got my planners. I was going to come live yesterday and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, but I only had my kids for a short time in the morning, so I didn't even get on my social media for a while. And then they left me for the day. I didn't get to see them the whole day, but I have lots and lots of planning to do, lots of things to get accomplished. I have a hair day today, so I got to get a lot done this morning before I go to my hair appointment with my daughter. We have a girl day, and then we're going to run some shopping errands. But activating those superpowers, because you know I'm going to need these today. But let's talk about how to put yourself first, because I know this is easier said than done. It's so easy for people to just say, hey Fern, it's so easy for people to say, oh yeah, just put you first, do you first. That's easier said than done, and I know that because it's hard for me to do the same. I'll always do for everybody else before doing for myself, and this is something that within myself I'm trying to work on, because it's really, really important to put ourselves first. It's really, really important to make sure that we do that, because that's where some happiness will come in. And then when we feel fulfilled, when we feel happy, when we feel complete, that's where everything else in life seems to just kind of fall into place, and everything else in life seems to be very happy and good. So for me, I think it's very important that we put ourselves first. And here's a couple things that I want to share with you, a couple tips, so to speak, to share with you. And today's Tanya Tip Tuesday that I'm going to be doing. But here's a couple tips to share with you guys to help you start doing that, help you start putting yourself first. Because like I said, it's so, so important to do that. And yes, I'm still in my pajamas. I plan on being in these pajamas until right before I'm ready to do my workout, because I have so much work I have to get done today. I had a lot of messages come in yesterday. I guess everybody ate a little too much yesterday. And I had a lot of messages of people ready to join that 80-day test group with me. So I got to get their orders out. I sent 3 orders yesterday, so I just got to check and make sure they got those. So I have a lot of work to do today. So a couple tips to put yourself first. First and foremost is to love yourself the most. And it's hard, but you have to. And the way that you love yourself is giving yourself a break, being good to yourself, making sure that there's things you're doing every day to make yourself happy. Because once you love yourself, it's a little bit easier to put yourself first. Here's a couple things that I do to put myself first. And again, like I said, I'm still trying to practice what I preach. It's not always the easiest. So one of the things that I do is I've been using the word no more often. And this is what I mean by that. I cannot wait to get my nails done. This is what I mean by that. When people ask me if I want to do things, and I already had something planned that either I wanted to do or something planned for myself, even if it was something as simple as going for a walk, getting my workout in, whatever it may be. Oh, look, guys, I changed, you can't see it. I changed it to all different Tinkerbell pictures. All this time I've been waiting for the Apple Watch to come out with the Tinkerbell background, and I'm like, I could have did it myself. So I did it myself yesterday while we were on the Harley. So back to what I was saying. Okay, so you already had your day planned, and it was stuff for yourself. Getting your hair done, getting your nails done, doing a workout, going shopping, laying out in the backyard, whatever it may be, okay? If somebody asks you to do something else, and you truly you were looking forward to what you had planned, it's something you really wanted to do, the old me would have been like, sure. And I would push aside what I wanted to go and do whatever the other person wanted. It's hard to do, But lately, I have been saying, I'm sorry, I can't. And let me tell you, it gets easier. The word no gets easier to say. The first couple times you're going to feel bad, you're going to feel guilty, you're going to feel awkward, you're going to feel like you're not being a good person. That's not the case at all, okay? But as you say no, or I'm sorry I can't, or I have other plans, or I have other engagements, whatever the words are that you want to use, it'll get easier as time goes on and as you say it. So, the first couple times, you're just going to have to do it like ripping off a Band-Aid. You can't do it slow. You just got to do it. No, sorry. Even if your plans were to sit on your butt and watch a movie all by yourself. If it's what you want to do, then do that. Do that for yourself first. Don't push aside the plan that you had for someone else. Don't do that. Because then all that's going to happen, hi Angelita, all that's going to happen is you're going to resent that person. And they didn't do anything wrong but invite you to do something. But you're going to have resentment towards that person because they took you away from something that you wanted to do. And that's not very fair. Because all they did was invite you somewhere. But you put that resentment on them because it took away from what you wanted to do. So you need to use the word no. That is the biggest way to put yourself first. Is use the word no. Sorry, I have plans. Sorry, I can't. I see you guys hopping on. Make sure you comment something so I can see who it is so I can say good morning to you. You guys know I love saying good morning to you individually. So that is the top thing that you need to do. It's the top thing. Like I said, even if it was just that you just wanted to go sit in a lounge chair all by yourself with no phone. Yes, Vicky, it is so hard to do. That is the hardest thing for me, is saying no to people when they want to do something, or if I had thoughts on what I wanted to do for that day, and then someone's like, oh, let's go do this. Normally I'm like, okay. And the whole time, like, I make myself have fun, and I always have fun when I'm doing, and they make the best of it. But the whole time I feel a little resentment built up because it's not what I wanted to be doing. It's not what I had planned. So we have to speak up. They don't know what we were thinking. And two, they don't know, what we really wanted to do unless we verbalize that. So try it, Vicki, and let me know what you think, because saying no is hard, but after the first couple times, like I said, it gets a little bit easier. It's gotten a little bit easier for me if somebody's like, hey, can we go do this? I'll be like, no, I'm sorry, I have my hair appointment, or I'm sorry I can't because I really have a lot of work to do and I'm not going to be able to fit that in my schedule today. Because all that used to happen to me is I would stress myself out, and I would get overwhelmed, and I would be like a chicken with my head cut off, and I would feel panicked. And that's not really the way that I want to live my life. Why should I make myself feel panicked and make myself feel stressed, make myself feel like I'm going all over the place, right? When I don't need to feel that way. There's no reason to feel that way at all. So I was making myself feel that way, but I was resenting the people that were asking me to do things as if they were making me feel that way. Hey, Jules. So we have to make sure that we're putting ourselves first in that aspect. So you need to say no. You need to use the word no. You need to make sure that you are doing what you want to do the majority of the time. Sometimes we have to give in, and we have to do what others want, make others happy, but not all the time. You really have to make yourself first. You have to put yourself first. Just like they say on the airplane. Put your oxygen mask on first, because if you don't take care of yourself first, you're going to be no good to anybody else. And that goes true in life. And Vicki, yes, the more you say no, and the more that you're like, sorry, I have something to do, I can't, but I can do it at this time if you're available, the more that you do that, you will get more me time. I've made a few changes in my business for that aspect. I wanted to start this at-home business so I can be more present with my family and be around with my kids, and I found that it was starting to take me away from them. And I was just, to me, I was like, this isn't why I started this business, because I was so engulfed in it. So now if people are like, oh, can you do a call at such and such a time? I'm honest. I'm sorry, I can't. That's my family time, but I could do it at this time. You know, if it's just a quick 5-minute phone call, I'll do it. But if I know it's going to be like a coach call, I have specific times, and it's during the day that I usually do those. If it's on the weekends, it's first thing in the morning before anybody else is up, because I don't want to take away from my family. So that was really hard for me to do. I even changed our team call, the day and the time, for that purpose as well. You know, so it's hard, and it's going to feel difficult. It's going to feel weird. But it's what you have to do in order to put you first. You have to say the word no. Stop doing to make everybody else happy and start actually doing to make you happy. I'm telling you, that is the key to putting yourself first. Because think about it. How do you feel when you do that, when you do the reverse and you don't say no, even though you had something else you wanted to do, you don't say no and you go and you do that? You get angry. You feel like nobody does for you. You feel like you're giving and nobody's giving back, right? So make that change and say that one word and stop that feeling, that negative feeling that comes from not saying that word. I'm telling you, it'll help tremendously, tremendously. So that's my call to action to you today, is to try the word no, or sorry, I can't. And it doesn't have to be like, nope, and that's it. It could be, sorry, I can't, but this time is better for me. Do you want to do this time? You don't always have to be available for everybody when they want you around or when they need you. Are they always available when you need or want them? Do they always return your texts right away? Do they always hang out with you when you try to plan something? Probably not. So you don't have to be that person for them. You don't always have to be available. You're living a life just like they are. Why is it okay for them to not be available and you to be understanding, yet you're not available and they're not understanding? See how that works? So make sure you're truly doing what you want to do in your heart, and use the word no if need be. So that's my call to action. I want you to try the word no, especially you, Vicky. Try that word no today. If somebody asks you to do something and you really either don't want to, or you have something else you had planned that you wanted to do, just say no and see how that works for you. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. Don't forget, it's Tanya Tip Tuesday today. So probably around, I would say 10ish, maybe 12 when I'm at my hair appointment. I don't know. Just make sure you have your notifications on for when I go live from my personal page, because I am going to go live today with a tip on how to stay on track when you're on the go, go, go. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great day. Bye.